Welcome to another episode, everyone. A white woman exposes the brutal truth about how white people feel about black people. Man, check this out.
So, hey, Boo. I just had a thought. One of the reasons white people hate black people is because we cannot tolerate black joy. We cannot tolerate black intelligence. We cannot tolerate black beauty. We cannot tolerate black confidence. We cannot tolerate black camaraderie. We cannot tolerate anything that frees a black person. There's a level of racism that I think hits differently for black people than it does for Asian people or Hispanic people or Middle Eastern people or Native Americans even. Each one of those things that people think regarding other races are different with black people, I think. Because again, we don't like black people to be educated. We don't like them to be successful. We don't want black judges. We don't want anything for black people that doesn't directly affect and entertain us. So we can have a black nanny. We can have a black house cleaner. We can have a black teacher. We can have a black coach. We can have black players. But only for the specific things that we feel comfortable with.
Wow. So they don't feel comfortable with black joy. She said that they don't feel comfortable with black joy. They don't like it when they see black people happy. And you hear black people saying this sort of stuff all of the time on TikTok or wherever, that as soon as you're laughing and happy, they are bothered. It's like we live rent-free in their heads. We've seen the individual who they found on the internet, by the way, who made the statements about Nolan Wells and that they indeed drowned him and this is what we do and all of this. Say that they get together and have meetings every 6 months just to discuss black people and what to do with us. Meanwhile, black people are not thinking about them. They don't like black education. They don't like black intelligence. As she said, as long as we're playing sports, as long as we are entertaining them, then we're okay. As long as we're doing things to improve the quality of their life. If we are housekeepers and drivers, etc., drive them around town, then we're cool. They feel like we should stay in our place. She said herself that the racism that black people experience, or the racism, the hatred that these white people have for black people is different than the hatred and racism. Of course, she didn't use the word hatred, but this is what it is. It's different than the racism and hatred that they have for everyone else. She named them. Asians, Hispanics, she said even Indians, it doesn't matter. The hatred, the racism towards black people, the way that white people feel about black people is much different than the racism that other races experience. So we are the most hated by these individuals. They don't want us to do anything without them. They cannot understand how we have tried and tried to keep these people down in the worst ways imaginable. And they continue to have a smile on their face. They're still joyful somehow. Because you look at some of them and they're miserable. They have everything that you could possibly want in the world. They have all of the privilege. They have the means to be successful in this racist society just based on their skin color. And many of them have not taken advantage of the advantage that they have. And they see black people who have been deliberately held down somehow still flourishing and thriving and happy and alive, and they can't stand it. They saying, how are these people? We've done everything to stop them. We've done everything to shut them down, and they continue to prosper regardless. Clearly, it eats them up. It's not coming from me. This is coming from her.
I think about all those sweet children that have been killed, murdered, when they go out with their white friends. And I think that as much as the trauma of slavery comes down through the DNA, I think also the cruelty of slavery, the desire to hurt, the desire to steal and kill and humiliate and torment and disappear Black people is what comes down through the DNA. I think when you do something like that for long enough and you pass it down for the many years that slavery and enslaved people were in chains, that is an instinct with us, cruelty. And I think you can see it in.
It is an instinct cruelty. So she says that she believes that the tyranny, that the terror that these people produce is hereditary, that it is passed down through the DNA. We know studies have been made that indicate that trauma is passed down. The trauma that our ancestors experienced has been passed down. They wonder why the Black community is oftentimes in shambles and, violent or whatever it may be. Well, we are traumatized. It's been passed down. And if the trauma can be passed down that our ancestors endured, then the people who inflicted that trauma can pass that down to the next generation. It's the same thing. It was good for the goose, it's good for the gander. If our trauma has been passed down through the bloodstream of our ancestors, then their propensity to kill and destroy has also been passed down from generation to generation. This is why we see it playing out on a daily basis, and we continue to be in denial about it.
Many videos. All the white women and white men that are telling Black kids and Black families to get the hell out of here, you don't belong. We just don't want you to have more than us, honey. We just don't want you to be prettier. We don't want you to be the beauty standard. We don't want you to be judges or anything like that. We want you to be below us, beneath us. And we've tried so hard to keep you down, and we failed so badly. Because like Maya Angelou said, still you rise. We may hate you, we may beat you, we may do those things, and it makes us crazy that you keep coming back and getting better. We can't stand it. I don't know why that is.
Wow. We may beat you, we may harm you, we may deprive you of everything that is vital to life. And you keep coming back stronger, and we hate it. It makes us hate you more, that no matter what we do to keep you all down, you still find a way to be creative. You still find a way to be attractive, intelligent, functioning human beings. We don't know any other group that could take the abuse that you all have taken and continue to come back somehow. Most people would have given up and said, I'm done. And the fact that Black community's ability to be resilient and to bounce back clearly irritates these individuals to no end. Whenever they see you smiling, they're upset. Remember that.
I think I heard somebody say that white people are the ones that have the ancestors that were closely related to the apes. And I believe that. We are so similar to Cro-Magnon man, Neanderthals. We're fucking pale monsters.
Pale monsters.
I really hate being white sometimes.
Mm.
I'm super ashamed. I think things like, sorry, I don't get good sleep right now. I think when I see a young black kid with a bunch of white kids, or like I try to watch for things that are happening, and I was thinking to myself, if I saw a black kid hopping in a vehicle with a bunch of white kids, what would I do? I mean, I could do anything. I could get the black kid to come over and say, hey, I think I know your mother, come here. And then to say, you better get away from all them white boys. But I had a brown friend of mine tell me that was silly and that it is savior-ish. Ooh, and I don't like that. White savior, white savior. Ugh. And then I still do it. I have it in me that black people need my help. Mexican people need my help. Hispanic people need my help. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. If they do, oh, please forgive me. I'm so sorry. If they do, they'll ask. That's one thing. They'll ask. And I'll know instinctually if I'm out and about and something's happening. I can just pay attention and see if there's a way for me to step to whatever the white person is doing. I don't know. We'll see. I think the cruelty lives in us, and I don't mean it like we don't have a choice. Of course we have a choice, but it comes down as instinct. And unless we work desperately, unless we work very, 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 very hard for very, very, very many years, we will never be rid of it. We'll never be rid of it anyway. But anyway, that's my thought, for whatever it's worth. So,
Wow. Okay, there you have it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Older white lady who's been around for some time, she ought to know how her people feel. She's exposing it right there, that these individuals are okay with you as long as you are doing things that serve their best interests and serve the quality of their life at the expense of the quality of your own life. But the minute that you're doing things on your own, that you're making money on your own, that you're happy on your own, you're happy without their approval, you're happy in spite of the way that they treat you and the way that the world treats you. They want you to walk around angry and upset so they can say that how angry you are. You can't win. The minute that you're smiling and happy, regardless of your situation, they have a problem with that. If you get angry, they have a problem with that. They just have a problem. The sooner you understand that, the better off we all be. They just have a problem. They have a problem with anything and everything you do. Then they just have a problem with you. And there's nothing that you've done. There's nothing that you can do about it. They have to change this themselves. Stop trying to change them. Recognize what it is and protect yourself is what you need to do. And stop being foolish like Nolan Wells, his father, whooping and hollering about how you don't see color. That's why your son is dead. With all due respect. That's why. That's why he's dead. Because he didn't see color. And his parents told him not to see color. In a racist world, in a racist society, in Mississippi of all places. Foolish. Cost your son your life. Cost your son his life. That's it. Instead of you out there looking for retribution. Yeah, I know two wrongs don't make it right. And this, that, and the other. Yeah, whatever. Makes us even. Aren't y'all tired of losing y'all kids and y'all the only ones that's losing y'all kids? Y'all the only ones losing y'all kids. It's just us. I think black people are, in fact, tired of it, though. What I've been seeing and hearing, people are tired of it. But there you go. There you have it. And something's going to be done about it. There no need for me to speak on it. We'll see. But there you go. There you have it. She exposed it. They don't want you to be educated and intelligent. They don't want you to be thriving and happy. They want you playing basketball and football as they sit in their living room and watch the game, or as they come to the game and watch you perform for them. In the same way that they had these zoos. Did you know that the last human zoo was like 1958 or so? This stuff is not old. We're not here to preach hate, just awareness. You need to be aware of what you are up against. This is coming from their own people. This is not me. I don't know how white people feel. I'm black as hell. I'm not YT. I don't know. But she does. She is. And she just told you how they really feel. Don't take my word for it. Take hers. It ain't me. She said it. I just agree. Stay safe and power to the people.